little sugar snookums. Welcome back to a relaxing journal with me video. In this video, we're going to create spreads for June 2021. So grab your gear and journal with me. I'm ready, so let's go. I want to share a quick tip for everyone that wants to discover their creativity or rediscover their creativity. It's this book called The Artist's Way. It helped me to get rid of some creative blocks, and I bought this book in 2008 when I was 19 years young. I'm 32 now, but I'm ready to finish this book, and it's already been very beneficial when it comes to writing morning pages to use as some kind of brain dump, which sparks my creativity like crazy. So I wanted to share that tip with you because, journaling is also creative, but sometimes we get into a rut or we don't really want to do it. And this book was very helpful to me. I'm still reading it, but I just had to share. So hopefully that tip is helpful for you. And as always, I am preparing to create my collages, and I do that by going through old magazines that I already bought or own, or books that I got from the thrift store, because I'm really about reducing, reusing, and recycling. So if you don't have any paper or magazines or books around your house, the thrift store is such a good tip. So definitely check it. And for example, this book I got from a thrift store. And I use it pretty much in almost all of my collage arts. So yeah, thrift stores are awesome. As you may be able to tell, I have found a really nice picture of a boat at a lake. It looks very serene and peaceful, and I really need some peace right now. All I want to do is rent a cabin in the woods and go there by myself and just sit on the porch and listen to the wind blowing through the grass and the trees, and I just want to hear cute little birds singing. I have this crazy desire for freedom, silence, and peace. And I've never had this feeling before. I mean, I love my freedom, but right now I have such a big urge to just get my stuff and leave. And I think it's because of the panini situation. I think you know what I mean when I say panini. We've all been, stuck inside, and I'm not a big fan of my house, and I haven't been on a holiday for years. So my urge to travel is bigger than ever, and I'm looking for some peace. So as I started creating this goal page for June, I realized that I picked all kinds of pictures that have something to do with nature, peacefulness, quiet, and serenity. So you will see more of that in this entire spread for June 2021. also decided to change up my bullet journal spread a little bit. I decided that I would take 2 extra pages to create some extra collage art, because usually I keep my spreads very minimal each month, but today I just felt like I wanted to create some extra art because I found some really cool scraps of paper, and I just felt like putting a bit more art in my journal, and so I did. So usually on the page on the right, I would already have a tracker installed, but this time I decided to put the tracker on a 3rd page so that I have more time to create a really nice spread. I came across this beautiful quote. It says, "Sometimes things have to fall apart so they can fall together." And I can't tell you everything yet, but behind the scenes, I am in this very crazy situation where definitely things are falling apart. They've already fallen apart, but next week they're going to fall together. And once I finally get to tell you all about it, I will. This is something I had to keep to myself since December 2020. So this has been a situation that has been going on for a pretty long time. But it symbolizes where I'm at in life. Like, everything is falling apart, but at the same time, things are coming together and they're better than ever, and it's crazy. I've decided to just trust that process, trust myself. And in that book, The Artist's Way, that I showed you at the beginning of this video, it has a quote. It says, "I don't believe, I know." And when I read that quote, I was like, oh my God. Because when you believe something, there's room for doubt. But when you know, you know. So I know things are going to be all right. And I think that theme, along with me wanting some peace, serenity, and nature around me, totally came together in this first goal page spread for June. And I thought it was, valuable enough to share with you. So next time you feel like saying, oh yeah, I believe it's possible, that means there might be doubt. So don't believe. Know what you know is to be true. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, the quote is, "I don't believe, I know." So if that quote resonates with you, maybe it's a good one to put in your journal for this month, because man, it hit me like a brick. It is so true. So yeah, wanted to share that with you. And when it comes to the spread, I am using my trusted semi-transparent washi tape stickers again. I love how they look on the page. As you can tell, I've been using black and white stickers also, and black and white washi tape with the old antique look. And then I found another quote that I find is just very, very relevant for the mood that I am in. And so I thought I'd stick it on there. I love magazines for this reason, because illustrators often use cute little quotes that they place in magazines, and then I get to reuse them in my bullet journal and inspire myself every time I open up my journal. So I love collage art because of this. Creating some new art with old art. And then this is my tracker page. I decided to also redo my trackers. Usually I have 3 trackers, one for my fasting intermittent fasting, one for my workouts, and one for my weight. And usually I put one of the three on a separate page, but this time I decided to make one big ass tracker so that I would have room on the page on the right for an extra collage, because I felt like creating a bit more art in my bullet journal. I mean, a journal is meant to be creative with your thoughts, your appointments, your goals. And, minimalism is great, less is more. I also really think that goes for, planning things. But on the other hand, your creativity should not be minimalized. It should be maximized. So I decided to maximize my spread for June and make sure that I was able to put my creativity on the page. And yes, that means I have a bigger spread for June, but it also meant that I had way more fun creating this one. And my tracker page is a little bit different now, but it does make me very happy. And for the page on the right, I decided to use another quote. It says, "Don't forget to fly." And I think that's really important for all of us, because this is just my takeaway from this quote, but I feel like we're so caught up in daily life, taking care of each other, taking care of work, make sure that our bosses don't get mad, or our teachers, our managers, our family and friends, and oh my God, we have so many responsibilities. When do we get to have fun? And I've been realizing more and more that no one is going to give me permission to have fun, aka permission to fly. I have to give myself that permission. I have to create a life that allows me to fly, to be creative, to have fun, to love who I want to love, to do the things I really want to do. So these quotes that I find in my favorite magazines are really extra affirmations, if you will, of what I thought myself or what someone else told me or shared with me. And so putting those quotes down in my journal reminds me of the fact that, yes, sometimes I'm placed in situations where I don't want to be because I don't have everything under control. There's also other people around me who do things that put me into, certain places and positions. But in the end, it's up to me how I deal with it and how I want to deal with it. And I also always have a choice. And sometimes it takes me like 5 choices to get into a better situation, but I have the choice. And so I will always make it, and I will always try to stay the boss in my own life and not give that out of hand. So yeah, do with it what you will, but that was a little insight that I felt I had to share with you. And there we have it, another picture that resembles my need for freedom. It's an open road, a road that leads to, in my mind, freedom. So, for some reason, I didn't have a theme when I started cutting up my favorite pictures and quotes. But as I started putting my collage together, I could see through the pictures what is really going on in my mind. And that was quite interesting. Sometimes what you put in the page is what's happening in your brain, while you and I don't even realize that's what's happening. Anyway, this is my last page that I'm creating. It's my good stuff page. I try to write down, no, I don't try. I write down something good about every day on my good stuff page. To be honest, I haven't been very consistent in the last week for May, but I still make this page every month because when I am consistent, it is very good to see by the end of the month how many things did go well by the end of the month. And it can be little things like I did the dishes while I was really tired, and usually I wouldn't do the dishes, but this time I did, and so my kitchen looked very fresh and clean, and it made me feel better. Like, that's a good thing. It's also a good thing when you make new friends or had a good conversation. Maybe you got a new job, a new client for your business, or maybe someone finally said something that you really needed to hear. And those are all good things that I personally don't want to forget. So I write them down and try not to forget to write something positive about every day. And that's just how I try to rewire my brain, because to be honest, my brain sometimes leans towards the negative, but I'm the boss over my brain, so I can teach it to lean towards the positive. Hence, this good stuff page. So if you don't have a positive page in your journal yet, maybe this is the month to create one and really show yourself how many cool things you do every month and what you're good at, or how many lovely people you have in your life. It's up to you. You don't have to do anything. I'm just sharing what you could do. So take it or leave it. It's up to you. You the boss. You the boss. And with this page, this video is almost about to end, and I hope this video was at least somewhat relaxing or inspiring. I really wanted to make a video that makes you feel better after watching it or listening to it. It's kind of an ambience an ambiance slash ASMR slash journal with me video. But my intention is to leave you enthusiastic, optimistic, and motivated to make June a good month for yourself on your own terms, based on your own wishes, and based on the things that make you happy. So I really want to leave you with a big virtual hug. I hope to see you in the next video. I post a video every Sunday, and next Sunday will be a minimalist video. And then we have fashion, vlogs, and journal videos like this one. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you. Go kick some butt in June, and I will see you next Sunday.